Welcome to F2 qualifying highlights. In this video I'll recap and show the highlights of the F2 qualifying session that happened in Jeddah. If you could leave a like, a comment and subscribe, that would really help my channel to grow, showing me that you really like these videos and want me to continue making them for the rest of the F2 season. That's all to play for this session as not much running occurred and pre-practice due to Rafael Gomez bidding it into the wall for no reason. He did not get his car fixed in time and so won't be running in today's qualifying session. There were also issues for Jeddah, who didn't get much running in qualifying as well. Hauger was fastest in the practice session, with Miney, Martins and Bandman close behind. In this session for qualifying, everyone gets 2 sets of those soft tyres, which means you can run twice, and usually everyone runs once at the start and once at the end, where the peak times will come in with those cooler lap temperatures. Drivers will try not to go out too late though, as this might leave them vulnerable to a late red or yellow flag, which could end the session there and then. This is especially prevalent at the Jeddah circuit, which is a high-speed street circuit with walls right in your face. At the start of the session, everyone came out, which is surprising because usually you see some drivers come in that midfield area when no one's running and kind of try and get a good lap in. But due to the amount of ramping up they expected to do at the end of the race, due to the sun setting and the track reducing in temperature, everyone thought, no, we have to stick to the main strategy, that's the best one here. After the first set of running, Bandman was in first, with Miney and Vishaw right behind. Martins and Bortoletto followed them up, with Hauger and Crayon next. Stanek, O'Sullivan and Marty finished off the top 10. There was a little bit of an incident with someone scraping the wall, however this didn't cause any delay in the running. Then everyone came out again for a second lap, bar 2 drivers, which we'll pick up on shortly. Hauger got the new pole position for now. Bortoletto also improved to the top 10, with Aarons putting in a hell of a lap to see him go in the top 5. Miney, Antonelli, Hadja and Crawford also improved to the top 10 in this set of running. There were 3 or 4 drivers who tried to put another lap in on these now 3 laps old soft tyres, but they weren't doing the running, and all of them came in to the pit lane after trying to put in a lap and seeing it wasn't on. Martins though, he had a good lap, but he nudged the wall a bit, which ruined his lap, and therefore he came in as well. Then the track went into silence, and out of the pit lane came 2 roading cars, with Mieta and Maloney not having that second lap and going out in this gap. It's kind of a weird strategy, but let's hope it pays off for them. They showed good pace in the first couple sectors, but in the last sectors their tyres ran away from them, and Mieta came in and Maloney stayed out, which meant that he ended up coming out later for their last stint on those new soft tyres. At the end of the first tyre runs, pole position was in Hauger's hands, with Aarons and Bandman looking up, saying, "I'm coming for you." Bortoletto and Crawford were next up in 4th and 5th respectively. Victor Martins and Kush Miney were there as well. Followed them were Anthony Hadja and Vishaw, with Vishaw proving that even though he's in a bad car in that Trident, he can still put in a solid performance. It was at this point it arose that Fittipaldi had crossed the pit entry line and was being investigated for this. However, this will be investigated after the session, so we'll know the results later on. Around the 12-minute mark, cars started coming out again, with all but 1 car on and out left at the same time, with that 1 car being Maloney. Well, aside from the crashed car of Gomez, Maloney was just refueling and changing his setup, so we'll see him again in the future, but not for now. Then, Antonelli was driving along in his car, having a little wagon on his outlap, zigzagging through the field. He got a call from his engineer and said, "Antonelli, mate, there is 8 tenths to 1 second you can find on this lap." With last year's qualifying being improved by that much from the first to second set of tyres, everyone knew this is where it counted. This is where those last-ditch efforts are needed, now or never. On the first laps of the second set of running, everyone was improving, with Stanek coming first, then Hauger coming behind him, with his teammate Vishaw right behind Hauger. Then Antonelli put a time that would see him go second. Not long after this, Aarons put in a banging lap and got pole, with Victor Martins sneaking in right behind him to get second for now. Then out of nowhere, purple here, purple there. Who was this young man? Purple everywhere. It was Oliver Behrman. He was set in the fastest first sector and second sector and would beat the field by 0.4 seconds. That was until Kush Miney on his tail came in a 10th behind him. At the end of the first laps of these last set of tyres, there was Behrman, then Miney and Aarons all sitting on the podium for now, with Martins and Stanek sitting from 4th to 6th. Antonelli was in 7th, looking to do one better than his teammate. Hauger followed him in 8th, with O'Sullivan and Vachor being the last two guys that would see the top 10. Just outside of the top 10, we have 3 drivers who are looking to do better: Crawford, Bortoletto and Fittipaldi, all out there. Then way down the field, between 17th and 20th, with the PHM and Rodin drivers. PHM, we expect to be there. Rodin, we don't, after Maloney's amazing double win on the last race weekend. Could he improve? In the final moments, everyone was improving. Crawford got to 3rd, then Hauger and Vachor put in better time to see them going to the top 10. Antonelli then came in and put a good lap in to get top 10. Martin's final lap was amazing and he got 4th place, but the fight at the front was coming to light. Behrman wasn't improving. Miney was. Not by much, but he didn't need much. He could snatch pole with a solid lap. He just needs to keep improving from here on out. Behrman was looking behind him in his mirrors thinking, what's this guy going to do? But Miney couldn't find the pace, and therefore your pole sitter is Oliver Behrman. Miney will have to settle for 2nd. Another good qualifying for Crawford sees him go 3rd, with Victor Martins showing he's still in the fight for the title with 4th. 5th will go to Fittipaldi, depending on the outcome of the investigation I mentioned before, with him crossing the pit entry line. The pole sitter's teammate, Kimi Antonelli, will sit 6th. Dennis Hauger, who I recently made a video about, will sit in 7th. Please watch it if you like, it's a really interesting video about F1 contenders. Vachor sits in 9th, with their Trident team proving impressive this weekend, and he gets a deserved sprint race front row. Then, the dark horse of the F2 this year, Paul Aaron. He is sitting in that sprint race pole in 10th position, and also we're looking to make up points again after finishing in the top 3 from 12th position in the feature race last weekend. Marty, who came 2nd in the feature race, will be disappointed to be in 11th, with Bortoletto and O'Sullivan also upset after not finishing in the top 10. It's a massive fall from grace though with the Rodin team, who will struggle to find any kind of points this weekend, starting from those lower 20th positions. It must be a miserable day for Zane Maloney, but they know that their car wasn't expected to perform here, and hopefully it doesn't put too much of a dent in the Zane Maloney's title battle. Mieta especially found it hard as he tries to adjust to a street circuit coming from a open wheel circuit racing through the Chinese mountains. He's not used to the big city. Well, let me know what you thought of the video. I guess we'll see the outcome of that Fittipaldi thing, and let me know who you think will win both races in the comments. Personally, I have Behrman winning the feature race, with maybe Kimi and Antonelli doing well in the sprint race. If you like the video, please subscribe. Peace.